How to improve your English. Leo felt a deep frustration bubbling within him. He desperately wanted to improve his English, but the path forward seemed shrouded in mist. Every time he tried to speak, words tangled in his throat, and his confidence plummeted. He knew mastering English was essential for his future aspirations and connections worldwide. He yearned to communicate freely with everyone. The thought of engaging in a simple conversation filled him with immense dread. He often observed others speaking English fluently, their words flowing effortlessly, and he wondered how they achieved such ease. His internal dialogue constantly critiqued his pronunciation and grammar, creating a barrier. This self-doubt prevented him from taking even the smallest steps forward. He'd spend hours thinking about what he wanted to say, meticulously forming sentences in his mind. Yet, when the moment arrived, his well-rehearsed phrases vanished, replaced by an awkward silence. This cycle of preparation and failure left him feeling perpetually disheartened. He believed he lacked some inherent ability others possessed, which was utterly untrue. His social interactions suffered greatly because of this linguistic barrier. Opportunities to connect with people from diverse backgrounds simply slipped through his fingers, leaving him isolated. He longed to express his thoughts, share his opinions, and genuinely understand others' perspectives without the constant struggle for words. This unfulfilled desire fueled his determination. Leo knew that improving his English wasn't just about passing tests or getting a better job, it was about unlocking a whole new world of experiences and relationships. He envisioned himself confidently conversing with anyone, anywhere, sharing laughter and ideas freely. This dream became the driving force behind his renewed commitment to learning. One quiet evening, as rain pattered against his windowpane, a clear thought crystallized in his mind. He couldn't keep procrastinating or wishing for a magic solution. He had to actively seek out strategies and implement them consistently. The journey might be challenging, but the rewards would undoubtedly be worth every single effort. The question, how to improve your English, transformed from a source of anxiety into a burning quest. He decided to approach it systematically, like solving a complex puzzle. He began by searching online, devouring articles and watching countless YouTube videos about language acquisition. His determination was finally taking concrete shape. Initially, the sheer volume of advice available online felt overwhelming. Everyone seemed to have the best method, from grammar drills to immersion programs. He felt lost in a sea of information, unsure where to even begin his personal journey. It took him a while to filter through the noise. He started with general tips, understanding the importance of consistency and immersion. He realized that passive learning wouldn't be enough, active engagement was crucial for genuine progress. The first step was acknowledging that improvement demanded commitment, not just desire. This realization brought clarity to his path. Then, almost by accident, he stumbled upon the idea of English story reading. It seemed simple, perhaps too simple, yet something resonated with him. He decided to give it a try, starting with material he found genuinely interesting and engaging. This was a turning point for him. He began by reading simplified children's books, then gradually moved on to young adult novels. He didn't worry about understanding every single word, focusing instead on the overall context and flow of the narrative. This approach made reading enjoyable rather than a chore. His vocabulary slowly expanded naturally. This consistent English story reading slowly built his vocabulary, exposed him to diverse sentence structures, and helped him grasp grammatical patterns organically. He found himself recognizing new words in different contexts, solidifying their meaning in his mind. It was a gentle yet effective way to absorb the language gradually. Despite his progress in reading, speaking remained his most significant hurdle. The fear of making mistakes still paralyzed him whenever an opportunity arose to speak English. He could read and understand, but producing spoken language felt like an entirely different, insurmountable challenge. He knew he needed to conquer this fear quickly. He constantly pondered how to talk with anyone, without feeling anxious or inadequate. He watched fluent speakers, trying to decipher their secrets, their seemingly effortless conversations. He wished there was a magic formula, a single trick that would instantly unlock his speaking abilities and confidence overnight. A wise friend, noticing his struggle, offered a simple yet profound piece of advice: listen and practice, Leo, always. This resonated deeply with him. He understood that listening was not just about hearing words, but about truly comprehending the nuances of spoken language. It was a critical insight. Inspired, Leo committed himself to active listening. He started spending hours listening to English podcasts, news broadcasts, and interviews. He paid attention not only to the words but also to the intonation, rhythm, and natural pauses. This became a daily, enjoyable ritual for him. He meticulously observed how other people talk in English. He noticed common conversational fillers, typical responses, and how native speakers modulated their voices to convey different emotions. This observation phase was incredibly insightful, providing him with a blueprint for natural speech. He realized that understanding the flow and cadence of natural speech was just as important as knowing individual words. By carefully listening, he began to internalize these patterns, making them feel more natural to him. This passive observation was slowly building a foundation. His focused listening significantly improved how to improve your listening skills. He could now distinguish different accents, understand faster speech, and grasp implied meanings. This newfound comprehension boosted his confidence, making him feel more prepared to engage in actual conversations soon. This improved listening provided an invaluable foundation. He was no longer just hearing sounds, he was interpreting meaning, tone, and intent. The world of English conversations became less intimidating and more accessible to him, reducing his overall anxiety significantly. He felt a breakthrough approaching. Armed with better listening comprehension, Leo decided it was time to start step-by-step talking. He wasn't aiming for perfection from day one, just progress. He understood that small, consistent steps would eventually lead to significant leaps in his speaking ability. His first attempts at speaking aloud were hesitant, filled with stutters and long pauses. He felt silly talking to himself, but he persisted. He started by describing his surroundings, narrating his daily routine, and even having imaginary conversations with famous personalities. He used a voice recorder to capture his practice sessions, then played them back to identify areas for improvement. This self-assessment was uncomfortable at first, but it provided objective feedback on his pronunciation and fluency. It was a crucial, albeit humbling, step. He meticulously practiced intonation and stress patterns he had observed while listening. Mimicking native speakers helped him internalize the natural rhythm of English speech. Each small improvement, however minor, fueled his motivation to continue practicing diligently every single day. Slowly but surely, the awkwardness began to fade, replaced by a growing sense of self-assurance. He realized that practice wasn't about immediate perfection, but about gradual, incremental progress. This shift in mindset was pivotal for his sustained effort and success. The next logical step was engaging in actual English talking practice with real people. This was a terrifying prospect, but he knew it was absolutely essential for true fluency. He decided to push past his comfort zone decisively. He joined an online language exchange platform, finding partners eager to practice. His first live conversation was incredibly nerve-wracking, his palms sweat, and his heart pounded furiously. He apologized profusely for every mistake, feeling overwhelmed by self-consciousness and fear. Despite his initial awkwardness, his language partners were incredibly patient and encouraging. They corrected him gently, offered alternative phrasing, and celebrated his efforts. This positive reinforcement gradually chipped away at his deep-seated fear of making mistakes in public. He learned that effective communication wasn't about flawless grammar, but about conveying meaning clearly and confidently. He focused on getting his message across, even if it wasn't perfectly articulated. This liberation from perfectionism was a major breakthrough. Leo started challenging himself to initiate conversations, rather than waiting to be spoken to. He embraced every opportunity for English talking practice, whether it was ordering coffee or asking for directions in English-speaking neighborhoods. Every interaction was a learning experience. A profound realization dawned upon him: how to think and speak in English simultaneously. He understood that constantly translating from his native language was slowing him down and making his speech unnatural. He needed to bypass the translation process entirely. He began consciously attempting to form thoughts directly in English. When he wanted to describe something, he mentally searched for English words first, instead of their equivalents in his mother tongue. This was incredibly challenging but vital for fluency. He started narrating his daily activities in his head, entirely in English. I am walking to the store. I need to buy milk. The sky is blue today. This constant internal monologue slowly rewired his brain to process information in English. He mentally rehearsed common scenarios, like ordering food at a restaurant or introducing himself to someone new. This thinking in English practice significantly reduced hesitation during actual conversations. It was like warming up before a big performance. English story reading continued to play a crucial role in his journey. He read more complex novels, challenging himself with new genres and authors. Each story offered fresh vocabulary, idiomatic expressions, and natural sentence patterns. He didn't just read, he actively engaged with the texts. He highlighted new words, looked them up, and tried to use them in his internal monologues or practice conversations. Reading became an active, iterative process of absorption and application. He discovered that stories provided context for language, making it easier to remember and understand new concepts. Unlike rote memorization, learning words through narrative felt effortless and organic. It cemented his understanding of nuances. He also started reading stories aloud, paying attention to pronunciation and intonation. This combined English story reading with speaking practice, making it a powerful tool for holistic improvement. His vocal cords became more accustomed to English sounds. His dedication to listen and practice never wavered. He watched English movies and TV shows without subtitles, gradually increasing his comprehension. He challenged himself to follow rapid-fire dialogues and complex plotlines purely by listening. He actively sought out diverse accents, exposing himself to different pronunciations and speech speeds. This broadened his listening capabilities immensely, making him more adaptable in real-world conversations. He could understand speakers from various backgrounds now. He regularly participated in online discussion forums and virtual meetups where English was the primary language. This provided him with ample opportunities for spontaneous English talking practice on a variety of subjects with different people. He made a conscious effort to stop translating in his head and simply react in English. This immediate response mechanism was a testament to his progress in how to think and speak naturally and fluently. The transformation was remarkable. Leo, once timid and hesitant, now spoke English with surprising fluency and confidence. He could articulate complex ideas, share personal anecdotes, and engage in witty banter effortlessly, astonishing his friends. He realized that the best way to learn English wasn't a single magical method but a synergistic blend of consistent effort across multiple domains. It was a holistic approach that combined active listening, deliberate practice, and immersive reading. It involved breaking down the massive goal into manageable, step-by-step talking tasks. Each small victory, whether understanding a new phrase or completing a sentence, contributed to his overall progress. Patience was truly a virtue. He truly understood the importance of listen and practice as foundational elements. By diligently observing how other people talk in English, he gained invaluable insights into natural speech patterns and common expressions, becoming a better communicator. His journey highlighted the power of continuous English talking practice and actively training how to think and speak directly in the target language. This direct thought process streamlined his conversations immensely, reducing hesitation. And of course, English story reading enriched his vocabulary and provided cultural context, making his English sound more natural and nuanced. It was a pleasant way to learn while escaping into different worlds of imagination. Leo, who once struggled with basic greetings, could now how to talk with anyone on a wide array of topics, from philosophy to everyday events. His fear had been replaced by genuine enthusiasm and curiosity. He became a living testament that fluency is achievable through perseverance and smart strategies. His story inspired many others in his community to embark on their own language learning journeys with renewed hope. He often shared his techniques, emphasizing the importance of daily immersion and not being afraid of making mistakes. "Embrace the journey," he would say, "each mistake is a stepping stone to mastery." His world expanded dramatically. New friendships blossomed, career opportunities emerged, and he could travel with newfound confidence, truly connecting with people globally. English had opened countless doors for him. From a timid learner to a confident communicator, Leo's transformation was complete. He had proven that dedication and a multifaceted approach are indeed the best way to learn English for sustained growth. His advice to others was always consistent: start small, listen actively, practice speaking regularly, think in English, and read extensively. Consistency, he stressed, was the single most vital component. Leo's journey was a powerful reminder that language learning is a marathon, not a sprint, but every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to your ultimate goal of fluent, confident communication.